My name is Cassidy Taylor, and this is for COM 101. This is my cultural recognition speech, and it is July 11th. So here is my note card, 5x7, both sides. And then I have 4 people here for my audience. Perfect. Okay. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to live in the mind of an addict, to make decisions that hurt yourself and those you love, and feel like you have no control over it? That was my life 6 years ago. Since I was 23, up until I was 23, I was a drug addict with very little hope of recovery. And after I experienced enough misery, I decided to check myself into a rehabilitation program, and I've been working hard at maintaining my recovery ever since. There are many misconceptions about what it takes for an addict to stay sober, as well as what life might look like for an addict in recovery. So I'm going to talk about that today. There are 3 aspects of recovery that I want to talk about. The first one is having a relationship with a higher power. The second one is living in alignment with the Serenity Prayer. And the third is planning for the future. So having a relationship with a higher power is very important for people in recovery. In order to do so, we oftentimes use daily devotionals in addition to attending AA meetings or going to church. So daily devotionals. After we read a daily devotion, we think about how we can apply it to our life, and if necessary, we journal and put our thoughts on paper to get our thoughts more organized in order to apply it to our daily life. Attending AA and church, AA or NA versus church. So the important thing is for the individual to get spiritually fed when they go to these meetings or to the church service. So whatever resonates with them, that's what's important for them to do. And then it's also important for them to participate in the meeting or the church service so that they can really make it a staple in their daily life. For me, I prefer to go to church. I feel like I'm more spiritually fed there. So in addition to having a relationship with our higher power, we live in alignment with the Serenity Prayer. So the Serenity Prayer is, God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And the way that we live in alignment with the Serenity Prayer is by focusing on things about ourselves that we can change, and then also understanding how we can help others in ways that are inside of our control and accepting the things that are outside of our control. So changing things inside of ourselves. The way that we do that is at the end of the day, we take a daily moral inventory of our day, and we maybe pinpoint things that we did wrong, mistakes that we made, or character defects that we showed that day that need to be worked on. And so after we identify those things, we go about admitting our wrongs and applying and taking action in changing that in our daily life. So helping others in a way that is not codependent, helping others in a healthy way. We need to remain willing to help addicts in recovery, but not at the detriment to our own sobriety. And then we also need to be willing to spread the message of recovery. And those 2 are very important in order for us to stay sober. So now that we've established the importance of working on ourselves and having a higher power, I can go ahead and talk about my next topic, which is planning for the future. So planning for the future includes creating a good environment and pushing ourselves to grow. In creating a good environment, we need to be very selective on the friends that we have and the people we surround ourselves with, as well as removing ourselves from situations that may enable us to relapse or may help us relapse. Want to stay away from that. Pushing ourselves to grow. We need to show up for our loved ones and keep commitments, as well as setting goals and working towards achieving those goals. So in conclusion, sobriety is not easy. It's very difficult and takes a lot of work. And although people think that addicts might be in the clear after they've had so many years clean, or they seem like they're stable, that's not the case. So if you have friends or family that are taking time away from you to work on their recovery, just be grateful that they are willing to put in the work so that they can have a happy life, because our recovery must come first so that everything we love in life doesn't have to come last. That's all. And so I'll go ahead and show you my note card one more time, and then show my audience one more time, and we're good.